Hi everyone. Yep, it was a good night at youth group. If you remember, we also had a look at Colossians 3. And there were a couple of things that came out of that I think it's really good to just go over once again. But if you want to have a look at the version that I was using, it's from J.B. Phillips. You can get it on one of the Bible sites. It's easy to get. If you remember, we considered what the Bible said between verses 5 and 7. I'll read it from the J.B. Phillips now. Let me find it. It says this: "It is because of these things that the holy anger of God falls upon those who refuse to obey him." Well, we can refuse to obey God in lots of ways. We've got to be really careful because the results of disobedience are right throughout the Bible, and we don't want to go in that direction. But I wanted to mention this other aspect too. It's later on in Colossians, and it gets down to the real nitty-gritty here in verse 20. It says, "As for you children, your duty is to obey your parents, for at your age this is one of the best things you can do to show your love for God." Well, love is the key between you and me, and it's between you and God as well. I remember when I became a Christian when I was 26 years old. It was a struggle for me because I had to undo 26 years of wrong teaching. It's really hard to do that because Romans 12 says that the world has squeezed us into its mold, and we've got to unsqueeze ourselves so that we can live a life which is a good example to the world around us. So just let's think about this one more time. "As for you children, your duty is to obey your parents, for at your age this is one of the best things you can do to show your love for God." That love is the key. It certainly is the key, and it reminds me of a song. It goes like this: "Love is the key to everything I do, and Jesus is the source of it all. Oh, love is the key to everything I do, and Jesus is the source of it all." Jesus is the source of our love. When we take it off the pages of the Bible, place it in our heart, overcome the pride, and then put it into action, it begins to change us and the people around us. If we do it often enough, it will create something in the world that will change the world, and there'll be a greater focus on Jesus Christ. Love is the key to everything I do, and Jesus is the source of it all.